What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my second channel. My name is Isaac, and today I'm going to be doing a Mario power-ups tier list. This is a bit of a random video. I kind of did decide to do this on the fly. But my main channel is a lot of stress a lot of the time, and I put a lot of real work into that. And this second channel is here just for me to do stuff that I want to do for fun. It's just meant to be laid back and enjoyable, so that's why I'm just here to do weird, dumb shit. I'm going to be ranking Mario power-ups that are from 2D games, because like Mario Galaxy has like 15 different ones, and if you get to the intricacies of Mario Odyssey, there's technically way more. This is all power-ups featured in 2D Mario games. Before we start, I do need to change the colors of these because we need it to look nicer. There we go. So yeah, this is purely based on my opinion. I'm primarily going to base this off of how fun it is, not necessarily how useful it is, but a lot of the time usefulness will come into play. I don't know, I play games to have fun, especially games like Mario, so I kind of want to just base this off of how fun I think they are to play with and how enjoyable they are as mechanics, although that's a weird word to use when talking about Mario, one of the most simple games ever made. But yeah, let's do this. So here we got the Acorn power-up from New Super Mario Bros. U. I think it's a fun one. I don't think it's the best, but I think what makes it fun is it's easier to avoid area, I think is what its main purpose would be. It's very easy to glide over areas, and I think it makes it easier to speed run through a level, or I think in Mario Maker as well. It is in Mario Maker. I think it's since it's limiting in the sense that you can only use the hover once, it does make for some good challenges sometimes. I'm gonna put it at a B. I think it's good. I think it's fun, and I think it's enjoyable. It might get demoted to a C, but I'm not sure. The star, I'm going to politely put an F. I just don't like the star. Like, it's so good for a few seconds, and then it's useless. It doesn't last very long, and it doesn't really make anything fun. It just makes things easy for a short period of time. I never really liked the star. The ice power-up. I believe this is only in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I don't think it was even in U, but it might have been. But if there's anything that needs to come back, it's going to be this one. The ice power-up was so fucking cool. It was so fun and enjoyable. You could freeze things in place, and then you could pick them up. It was such an interesting mechanic for Mario. It was so fun and goofy, and I really love this power-up. And, you know, if you play Mario with friends, you can freeze them, and they, like, immediately break out, so it's always funny. But also, you can freeze the enemies, pick them up, and then throw them at your friends. It was a great mechanic, because you basically it gave you the ability to always have something to pick up and throw, which is great. And the penguin is also going to be an A. It's going to be ahead of the ice flower. Or, no, right below, actually, because it's good for ice levels, but that's it, whereas just the flower is good everywhere. Yeah, the penguin grants the exact same ability as the ice flower, but it also grants you the ability to walk on ice. But I'm pretty sure that means it slows you down on land, but now I'm realizing I don't remember if that's true. If I'm not misremembering, I'm pretty sure it works well on ice, but on land it doesn't work that well. It slows you down a bit. But I'm realizing I'm not sure that's true, but I believe that's true because it's the same thing with the frog outfit that we'll get to. Regardless, they're basically right next to each other because they're essentially the same. The Hammer Brother, actually, I don't think it would even be called a Hammer Brother outfit, but the Hammer Suit from Mario 3 is a pretty cool one because of how strong it is. Speedrunners usually use it for the final Bowser fights because you can take Bowser out in a few hits with it. It's a very powerful power-up. You know, I do think it's cool, I do think it's interesting, but at the end of the day, it's a fire flower that you have to aim with. It's very hard to accurately hit stuff with, and there's nothing all that exciting about it, so I'm going to put it in C because this one is more fun. Tanuki Suit, I'm going to... it's either going to be A or S. I don't know if... I'm realizing now it might just go straight to S because it's such a classic and it's so fun. The ability to fly with it and the ability to hit shit with it. And this one specifically can turn you into stone. Yeah, I love the ability to fly with this one. It's challenging in a way because you have to build up that speed, but that makes it more fun. You know, it's not a cheap shot, but it is fun. Yeah, fuck it. It's gonna be an S tier. The Mega Mushroom I have some problems with. My problem with the Mega Mushroom is it is so cool, but only for a second. You can't really do much with it. It doesn't really make things all that fun. It just looks cool for about the first second. Yeah, when you get it for the first time, it's an exciting moment, and it's kind of cool somewhat, but it's not that fun. I'm gonna put it in D tier. The mini mushroom I will put above the mega mushroom because it is fun actually. You're very light and you're very small, so it's pretty fun to play around with, especially when you're in levels that have both land and water, because you can walk across water with it because you are that light. And in the New Super Mario Brothers Wii and U game, I believe. No, sorry, I'm thinking of New Super Mario Brothers 2 actually, which most people don't like, but I quite like it. There is a way to, there are several secrets that you can only access with it, and that makes it a pretty cool item in and of itself. Yeah, Mini Mushroom is fun. It's not great, so that's why it's not very high, but it's fun. The more, I just had a fucking stroke. The normal mushroom is top tier. I mean, it's the classic that makes you stronger. I mean, I can't really put it lower than that. Technically, it is inferior to all the things that give you the same powers plus more, but I don't know. I mean, it's the classic. It's a symbol by itself. It's, you know, again, this is a weird ranking because I'm not basing this off of usefulness, so it's a bit of an arbitrary ranking, but you know, it's a ranking on my opinion. This is my second channel where I do whatever the fuck I want. So yeah, based on my opinion, I think this is the best power-up. It grants you, you know, it's the classic. It grants you extra power. It's a symbol, and you know, I think we must respect it. Respect Mushroom. The feather. I have such mixed feelings on the feather, actually, because I find it really annoying to control. When you're actually flying, like when you glide with it, it's fine. But the actual flying with it is really frustrating to control and not really that enjoyable. But I'm going to have to put it around the same as the acorn because you can glide with it, which is cool. The fact that you can fly with it is very cool. There's a lot of secrets you can access in Mario World with it. And hitting people with it is even better than the one with the leaf or the Tanuki suit. So yeah, it's going to be top of B for now. The carrot from Mario Land. A lot of you probably don't actually know what this one is. It basically just grants you the ability to hover a little bit. What it does is it gives Mario like bunny ears that you can then like glide a little bit with because they're so big and floppy. And you know, that's cool, that's fine, but it's inferior to the Tanuki suit and the acorn and the feather. So I'm gonna put it at the top of, sure, no, not the top actually. It's gonna be bottom of C because it's simple and kind of fun to glide around with it, but it doesn't grant the funness of Mini Mushroom, and it's not the power of this. Actually, I'm gonna bump Mini Mushroom up, but it doesn't grant any power like this one, so it's a bit lower in terms of enjoyability and usefulness. So it's gonna be a low C. The frog is a really hard one to rank because it's so unbelievably useful underwater. Having it underwater is one of the greatest joys ever. But besides that, it doesn't do anything. The penguin suit gives you that same thing, but with ice, but it also lets you shoot shit. This doesn't do that. You know, if we're being realistic, you know, if a game had only water levels, people would not like that. It would go straight to S tier, but because of how uncommon it is that it's useful, I'll put it bottom of C. The gold flower from New Super Mario Brothers 2. This is an interesting one because I would argue it's both useful and fun. The whole point of New Super Mario Brothers 2 really was that you can get a lot of coins, which is very true. I think my original save file, I have around 500 or 600 lives because you just get coins that often. It's the only Mario game, as far as I'm aware, that doesn't cap off at 99 lives. They usually cap at 99. It caps at 999. Because the whole point of it is you get rich. So the fact that this power-up is in there makes sense, and it's fun. It's really fun to just go around and make money by shooting shit with it. And it also makes it easy. There's a lot of good secrets with it because you can immediately clear blocks with it. So it's fun as well. It makes things more interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna put it middle of B because the acorn is still fun but not fantastic. This actually no, it's gonna be top of B, top of B, and the fire flower is going to be the second at the top. it's a classic. It does everything that it's supposed to do. It's fun and enjoyable. I don't really feel the need to explain the top S tier. I think S tier is going to stay the way it is. Yeah, I think that's all for S tier. It's the classics. It's, you know, it's all you really need to make a Mario game, honestly. There should be more power-ups, and I want a new 2D Mario game with some cool stuff in it. I think the format still has potential. But S tier is all you really need for a good Mario platformer. I do not like the P-Balloon. I hate it, actually. It's so dumb and annoying and useless. I hate it. It's so useless and stupid. It's not fun at all. It's so boring. It's so lame. I don't like it. The propeller mushroom is a fun one, actually. I like, man, New Super Mario Bros. Wii is such a good fucking game. It's so good. Yeah, the helicopter is either going to be A or B. It's better than the acorn and the feather. You know what? Yeah, everything in New Super Mario Bros. Wii is A tier. That game is just so consistent in its quality. It's such a good fucking game, and it has some of the best power-ups ever. Besides the classic ones, it tops the charts, so that's saying quite a bit. The blue shell from New Super Mario Bros. On the DS is another one that I think is fun sometimes, but the excitement of it gets old fast. You know, it's fun to move around, it's fun to slide around and shit, you know, it's cool for a bit, but then you kind of realize it's not that useful or it's not that enjoyable, it's kind of just okay. But it's exciting for the first time. You know, New Super Mario Bros. Was the new Super Mario Bros. It was the first 2D platformer in a long time, and that made it exciting, and having new power-ups is always exciting. But is it that good? That power-up? Not really. I'll put it there. No, bottom of C. Yeah, it's not that exciting, but you know, it's fairly cool. The Goomba Mushroom I quite enjoy, actually. It's very interesting to be able to jump on basically anything, and it's cool. And I like the fact that you have to beat an enemy to get it. Obviously, you just have to fucking jump on them. But you know, all the other ones are handed to you for free. Basically, this one is actually something you somewhat earn, and I think it's a cool idea to have like a Goomba with, you know, an extra device to help them, and then you can get it from them. You know, it's an interesting idea. And yeah, it is pretty useful. You can jump on piranha plants, and you can walk over the little black piranha plants. I have no idea what they're called, but the ones that are basically invincible. Yeah, it's very useful to get over hazardous areas, and I think it's pretty cool for that. So I will give it the lowest B tier. This one, I don't know if it was in a different game, but I know it from Mario Maker 2. Basically, you shoot a ball that can then bounce around. It's very annoying, pretty useless, but some people in Mario Maker make really good puzzles with it. That's the thing. In Mario Maker, some people are really creative. Some are shit. That's my problem with Mario Maker. You encounter so much shit. I'm on level like 4600 of the normal mode endless challenge. I've seen so much shit in my day. But people make some pretty cool puzzles with it a lot of the time. So for that, it's not F tier. I'll put it at the top of D. But it's fairly useless. And the leaf is either going to be A or S. I mean, with the penguin and ice flower, I put them on the same tier. So with these two, I kind of have to, don't I? This one only grants the ability to turn into stone. Comparatively, that's only a little bit better, not much of a difference. So I think keeping these four as the top makes a whole lot of sense. You know, this grants everything that this does, you just can't turn into stone, which isn't useful that often anyway. So yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to both of you. And the last one is the Hammer Builder outfit from Super Mario Maker 2, which is pretty cool. I like that they turned like the Mario Builder look into an actual like look for in-game, but it doesn't do much. You can break a lot of stuff with it. That makes it kind of cool, and that makes some fun levels, but it's very slow. It's very, very slow. So when you do have to break through a lot of stuff, it's a tedious process. As far as enjoyability and intrigue goes, I will put it at top middle C. Yeah, middle C, below the other hammer one. Because, you know, it is cool, it is fun, and it's interesting. It's just a bit too slow-paced. If it was quicker, I'd put it pretty high, actually. I'd probably put it in B or bottom of A. But because of how slow-paced it is, it's going to be middle of C tier. So, that is the 2D Mario game power-ups tier list, based on how much I enjoy using it. This was such a dumb video idea, but I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. Yeah, that's that video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Check out my main channel if you haven't for whatever reason. I do primarily 5 Nights at Freddy's content, but I also cover. I was gonna say I've also covered other horror games, but I've covered 5 Nights at Freddy's and Doki Doki Literature Club. That's it. Maybe I'll do more. Who's to say? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys next time. Peace.